So, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Friday's Miracle Morning. Hope you're all right and I've woken up nice and early. So, from the other call the other day. So today, what I'm going to talk about is discipline, and I think this is something massive that everybody struggles with because it is so easy not to do something, isn't it? So discipline is something that I remember listening to, and I remember quite a few national vice presidents talking about it. And every time that I think I'm not going to do something, or every time I think, oh, I'll stay in bed this morning, or I won't book that appointment today because I want to go shopping, or something like that, I think, actually, if I do that, then how am I going to be successful? I'm going for a goal this month. How am I going to do that? So discipline is something so crucial in this business because it's a self-motivating business, isn't it? So it's so easy to say to yourself, I'm just going to go shopping today, or I'm just going to sit and watch the telly, watch Celebrity Getting Out of Here instead of doing a Zoom call, messaging a few people. And it's so easy to do that. But what happens is when you do that, you go on to another path. So you've got two paths, okay? So you've got one where you do everything that you say you're going to do. You've got a mindset that you want to achieve things and you do what you say you're going to do. And you've got the discipline to carry that out every day. And you go this way to success. And you will get there eventually. Even if at the moment you're thinking, oh God, I can't see it's going to happen. I promise you, it absolutely will. Because I was like that. Before I went to Vegas, I was thinking, oh, I don't know if I can do this anymore. I was nearly quitting, and I was thinking about that yesterday. I probably wouldn't have done quit, but that was the mindset I had. And then I went to Vegas, and then when I came back, it all changed. And I was so glad that I went and I had that mindset change. But basically, I started doing what I said I was going to do, and it started going that way. And that's how I've got where I am now. However, if, for instance, you sort of think, somebody wants an event on Friday night, but I don't know if I can do it because I want to go out, or I want to do this, or I've got a birthday party on Saturday morning, but I've got a friend who wants to meet up, then it's that decision that changes where you go. So it could make you go this way and then a roundabout way to be successful. So you're sort of going back on yourself to go forward. So it could take a year longer, it could take 6 months longer, it could take a lot longer if you decide to change that path. So every time something comes in, an opportunity comes to you, you are one to decide whether to make that path where you go now, or the path where you go back and then go. If you get what I mean. Okay, so yeah, I was just decided to come in. Okay, go and watch the telly and then I'll be back. Take this with you. Mommy. Yeah, I know. Let it on. Go quick. Can you let me the white? Take them off and then Mommy will with you. 2 minutes. Sorry. Okay, so 90% of what we do is habitual. So 90% of behaviour is habitual. So the good news is that habit, so like getting in the shower in the morning is a habit. We don't actually think about it. So the good news is when you do go in the shower or when you do these habits, it actually frees your mind to start thinking about different things and planning different things. However, you can sort of get locked in sort of an unconscious state of mind or unconscious behaviour. So for instance, driving to work, sometimes you arrive there and you think, God, how did I get here? And it's because you're not thinking about it, you're just sort of driving, and I do that often. So it's because it's a habit, and so you don't actually have to think about it when you're doing it, it's just a habit. Okay, one quick. 2 minutes. So what we need to do is think about how we can break these habits, okay, unless they're good ones. So you need to make a list. So today, if you got a pen and paper now, just write a quick list of what you need to do today. So you need to make a list of habits that are unproductive or negative on your future. So for instance, I always think like a national vice president. So as a lot of you know, like my person I've always been inspired by is Sarah Dunning in business. So I always think to myself, would she do that? You know, if, for instance, I think, oh God, I'll just slob here and eat a load of chocolate. I'm going to do that quite often. But if I do that, I think, I can't imagine her doing that. Or, you know, if she had something planned, I can't imagine that she would cancel that. I imagine that she would always be disciplined to do it, because that's what she seems that type of person. And if you're a national vice president, if you've got that mindset, that is what you want to be creating. So think like a national vice president. Think like you are a national vice president. Or if there's somebody that you relate to in the business, think, would they do that? Would they do that? You know, and sort of like you're dressed as a national vice president then. So yeah, so write down some habits. So these could be some of them that are negative towards your future. So procrastinating. So that's a massive thing for a lot of us, that we think we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But when are you going to do it? Okay. Paying bills at last minute. That's me. So that could be a habit, but it's a bad habit because it actually can stress you out. Arriving late for meetings and appointments. Forgetting someone's name within seconds of being introduced. I don't know about you, but I do that quite often. Taking over other people's comments. So instead of actually sitting there and listening, so that's quite important in a one-to-one meeting, sitting there and listening to someone, you actually start taking over their comments and telling them all about you and this, that, and the other. For 2 minutes, won't I? Not funny. Hold on. And another habit is getting your door sorted before you do a call. And then another thing could be having fast food meals more than 2 days a week. You know, when you think, oh God, I can't bother cooking and just getting the fast food, that could be a habit that actually, if you do that every week, imagine how you feel at the end of that year. And I think it's really important as well, you know, like with what we were talking about with the miracle morning, that is definitely a discipline. Okay, so it's a discipline. At the beginning, it's really difficult and really hard to get our bodies used to waking up earlier and setting that alarm and getting up and doing what you said you're going to do. But if you do that, then your mind will be so much more like in that state of, I'm going to be successful, I'm in a positive state of mind, and it will become a habit. So these bad habits that you have, or not bad habits, but negative habits, will become more of you'll have more of positive habits, so you'll be doing that daily. But you have to have that discipline to go and do it. So you need to have that complete reason why and that complete commitment that you're going to do it, and say you're going to do it and absolutely do it. And if you don't, you will be disappointed with yourself then. So the difference between interest and commitment is when you're interested in doing something, you do it only when it's convenient. When you're committed to doing something, you accept no excuses and only results. So I think that's really, really good to think about. If you have decided you are going to go to the next level, or if you decided that you've got a result that you want to get, a goal you want to get, then you need to commit everything you can to getting there. So your miracle morning, if you've said, right, I need to do that to get there, I need to do that this month to make sure that I achieve my goal, then by waking up half an hour later than you said you were going to do, then you're putting that goal back. So it could be that you don't achieve that this month, but you will achieve it next month or the month after. If you're happy to do that, then that's fine. But if you decided, no, I'm achieving this month, and you will get there and you will do it. Yeah, so it's like no exceptions rule, and then it becomes a daily discipline. So for instance, you know, when I was saying about the dehydration thing the other morning, that we were dehydrated in the morning, how many of you decided to drink water and then a glass of water and then carry on drinking that water, you know, 8 per hour that you slept, to rehydrate yourself? Because another thing that I learned was 30%, you'll have 30% increase in your mental activity if you are hydrated. So drink water. So what you could do is you could put signs up everywhere to drink water, just to remind yourself, or there could be something like that will stimulate, you know, a little sign that says, oh gosh, I need to remember to drink water, that sort of thing. So I think discipline is a massive thing in this business, and we can all decide that we're going to do something and then not do it, But the people that are successful and the people that get to the top are the people that say they're going to do it and do it. So be one of them people. That is all I was going to say today. But I did want to say about the bog off offer. So the buy one get one free offer today. So we've got buy one get one frees on the ready-made protein shakes, buy one get one frees on the fruit bars, the nutrition bars and the chocolate ones, and buy one get one free on the shake, the protein shakes in the packets as well. So they're really, really good. So just let people know if you've got preferred clients, let them know about it. Let people know that you know that you use the protein already. Because as well, it'll be handy for the new year when people are just wanting to get back into it. You can sort of mention that. People at the gym, you know, definitely get onto all the people that you know today because they can use some extra TVs in the bag for you. If you've got events this weekend, good luck everyone with them. And just to have watch the videos that we've been putting up, because there's some great ones. There's one that Stuart Armfield put on. I don't know if you've seen that. I'll put it on the cut page actually if you haven't. So I put it on my page, and yeah, just go for it. If you think about it, when you go in to these events, to a party event or whatever, then you're the expert. Imagine what you used to think when you were that customer, sitting there waiting for someone to come in. You just thought that person knew everything. So that's what they're thinking about. They think you're the expert. So if you're not feeling too confident or whatever, just go in there and pretend you are a national vice president. They don't know. So have a lovely day, everybody. Hope that helps a little bit. And enjoy your Friday and your weekend. And I'll see you all soon.